Hi, my name is Emer. In this video I'll be discussing the ethical issues behind fan creative works and projects, the legal responsibility copyright holders have over the intellectual property, and the effect this has on fans creating art based on their beloved works. For this I'll be discussing the fan project My Little Pony Fighting Is Magic and its cancellation due to a cease and desist from Hasbro, and its eventual rebirth due to community support. Way back in 2010, a show released called My Little Pony Friendship is Magic that was created by Lauren Faust. The show gained a large amount of adult fans due to the quality of the show and the many in-jokes only the older audience would understand. As this was the early days of YouTube with copyright laws, there were re-uploads of high-definition versions of episodes being uploaded. Copyright issues and re-uploads of episodes were not known to be an issue. This was the beginning of the Brony fandom, which became a community for friendship, love and tolerance, and many fan works, from games, art, fiction, and even cosplay. The fan project, My Little Pony Fighting Is Magic, began in 2011, when before the development team Main 6 was ever formed. One of the members posted fake fighting game screenshots in the style of Marvel vs. Capcom to an online thread. Soon, some of the people on the online thread wanted to make these mock-up images a reality, and they formed a development team called Main 6 in homage to the main 6 ponies of the show. As the development team knew their fan project breached Hasbro's copyright, they seemingly allowed this type of content with re-uploads and fan videos of the show. There was also so much fan content made from the community that acted as free advertisement to provide to the community. It was hard for Hasbro's lawyers to take down every single fan work. And besides, Hasbro did also benefit from so much fan content being made from the show, as it acted as free advertisement and encouraged people to join the fandom, watch the show, and even purchase the merchandise, which is what made the Brony fandom and that explosion of the show so big online. As the Main 6 development team worked on the game, they released a pre-alpha gameplay footage featuring 5 of the 6 main characters, and baseline game mechanics that other fighting games that they were trying to stylistically recreate had. The game had received the most praise, however, in how in-character the fighting was. The violence was cartoony and featured weaponry and fighting styles that fit each of the characters. The cowgirl Applejack using her lasso, the seamstress Rarity using bolts of fabric, and even the fourth wall breaking Pinkie Pie, the party pony punishing plenty of ponies with her party cannon. This increased the popularity of the project immensely, and since there was no sign that Hasbro noticed their small fan project, they continued to voluntarily work on the project using a free but old game engine called Fighter Maker 2. After being so careful with the slow trickle of information to the fans of their project for 2 years, a person on their quality assurance team leaked a test build of the game. To prevent further leaks, they replaced their entire QA team, and they threatened to stop work on the project for fear of a cease and desist from Hasbro. The project, however, didn't stop, but the popularity grew even further. This got the game featured at Evolution Championship Series for 2013. As a part of the charity drive for this fighting game, competition's final game was up to viewer choice, as charity donations would be tallied towards the game they wanted to be in the finals. Fighting Is Magic was chosen as one of these games for the charity drive. While it was still an early build with glitches, money poured in from fans of the project, while many other fans that recognised its flaws and issues rejected to it being in the championship series, which even the developers agreed with. Evo pulled the game from their charity drive, but at this stage it was too late and the damage was done. Hasbro's attention was caught, and shortly after, the team at Main 6 were contacted by Hasbro's lawyers to shut down the project, tragically a week away from its final release. Was it ethical for this project to exist? While the project was clearly illegal for infringing on Hasbro's copyright, was it unethical for the project to have even been started? The answer may vary depending on your opinion, but the facts are that it was a non-profit volunteering project made with love from the fans of My Little Pony that knowingly broke copyright laws. And especially since it went against the branding of the show, with the main characters that are meant to be best friends pummeling each other into the ground. But many other low-scale fan games and projects still exist that Hasbro and their lawyers turn a blind eye to for the sake of supporting a community and due to the volume of creative works. However, Hasbro had the right to have the game taken down, and it was completely within their legal right to do, as if you don't defend your intellectual property, you can lose it. In my opinion, the development team grew too big for their own shoes. Although starting from a place of love, they should have recognized when their project had gone too far into feeling like a gaming company than a bunch of friends trying to make a game. So what would the development team do now? They had to start from scratch and completely erasing all of their work they'd done on the My Little Pony fighting game. And they tried to strike a licensing arrangement with Hasbro, who just ignored them. With little else to turn to, the team lost hope for their work until Lauren Faust reached out to the team over Twitter. She was devastated to hear about the news, as she was also a fan of the project. She offered to create new original characters for the development team to remake into a different game that had similar archetypes and were homages to the original characters. And Reverge Labs, as a development team for another popular fighting game known as Skullgirls, reached out to help too. They added to their stretch funding goals to their Kickstarter that if they reached Main 6 would have access to their fighting engine designed specifically for Skullgirls for complete free use. With this new engine and the creative work of Lauren Faust, they began to work on a new project called Them's Fighting Herds, eventually creating their own Kickstarter later in production, and then was eventually released on Steam in 2018. So at the end, their work did pay off, with the team building a community willing to support them regardless of pony branding and creating a fighting game, which is something a lot of the development team aspired for as they were all fans of fighting games and ponies.